Namah Shivaya, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica, and I am a starseed, Earth Angel, here to bring you prophecy for the new Earth timeline that we are entering into all together as a collective consciousness of the 144,000 frequency. Allow me to light an incense for you before I begin the channeling. Fires of the Holy Spirit, fill our hearts and fill our souls. Show us the truth. Bring us divine clarity. Allow us to do thy will in accordance to the will. Love, 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 my friends. That is the name of the game, is love. I'm going to read a psalm before I get into the Mayan oracle and the card pulls. The psalm I chose today was, it's 111. The psalm I chose today was number 144. But during my research and my devotions this morning, I stumbled across Psalms 126 and 137. So I urge you to look those up in these times that we are living in, these very biblical transformational times where we are repeating the age of Pisces all over again and repeating those power dynamics in which time was literally stolen from us, okay? So as we move from the seventh seal and open the eighth seal, because the seventh seal was opened about 2,000, 3,000 years ago. We're about to open the eighth seal, okay? And I think I'm going to get into more of what that means. But here's the Psalm 144 of David. Praise be to the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle. He is my loving God and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer, my shield in whom I take refuge, who subdues peoples under me. Lord, what are human beings that you care for them? Mere mortals that you think of them? They are like a breath. Their days are like a fleeting shadow. Part your heavens, Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains so that they smoke. Send forth lightning and scatter the enemy. Shoot your arrows and rout them. Reach down your hand from on high. Deliver me and rescue me from the mighty waters, from the hands of foreigners whose mouths are full of lies, whose right hands are deceitful. I will sing a new song for you, my God. On the 10-stringed lyre I will make music to you, to the one who gives victory to kings, who delivers his servant David. From the deadly sword deliver me, rescue me from the hands of foreigners, whose mouths are full of lies, whose right hands are deceitful. Then our sons in their youth will be like well-nurtured plants, and our daughters will be like pillars carved to adorn a palace. Our barns will be filled with every kind of provision. Our sheep will increase by thousands, by tens of thousands in our fields. Our oxen will draw heavy loads. There will be no breaching of walls, no going into captivity, no cry of distress in our streets. Blessed is the people whom this is true. Blessed is the people whose God is the Lord. Amen. Yeah, so I've been remote viewing the tops of mountains lately, and something that has come to mind is that there are these masters, these ascended masters, and these great beings who live on top of mountains. And you know, not all ascended masters are created equally, and there are ones of the light of the highest degree, and there are ones of the lowest degree who also are on these mountains. And I firmly believe that depending on like which religion went to which mountain and participated in whatever ritual, called forth whatever being or creature to take precedence over the mountain, because whoever is at the toppest of the atmosphere is able to reach out their frequency to touch the lives of many who are below. So, with Mount Hermon being called Ball Mountain. It was like a huge shock to me. And then seeing that scene in the old Fantasia movie, with the big, you know, demon bat creature on top of the mountain and like spreading his like dark tendrils over top of the land and causing all of this grief and destruction. It was like a crazy, weird, eye-opening synchronicity. And us star seeds who are waking up, you know, us who have been followed since childhood and experimented on by our government for reasons that were really unknown up until kind of recently, as we are awakening and remembering the reasons why we reincarnated on this planet was to band together and dispel evil and save humanity. I firmly believe that, and I'm in communication with these inner earth beings who are also beings who are above the earth. As above, so below, and so as within and so without. So there are inner earth beings who are us as well. And that's a super trippy thought, but it's something that I haven't like really meditated on yet, but it's something that I've come to understand. Okay. Yeah. So Mount Zion, I was thinking about this morning, it's this mountain where Jerusalem is near, and Jerusalem is in between Palestine and Israel. And it's been one of those territories that's been like fought over for religious reasons, and it's like, which being is on top of Zion? It's Yahweh. If Yahweh is the Most High God of the mountains, it's no wonder that they fight for such dominion over this land, you know, instead of coming together and, you know, being together as God intended. God intended us to be together and not to fight. It got me researching the history of the Babylonian people and the rule of King Nebuchadnezzar. I think that's how you pronounce it. The second. And how he exiled the original Jewish people to Palestine. And I would love it if you have more information about that, or even if I need corrected, please correct me in the comments below. I'm very open-minded, and I'm willing to have like a collaborative discussion about these types of things, because I believe that this information is very enlightening, and it's something that we all need to be paying attention to, especially now that, again, we are repeating these ages of Pisces, and the age of Aries is like making its way out. I mean, Neptune and Saturn are going to have their conjunction in Aries, which means we're going to visibly see it all play out in the 3D again. And depending on what happens, you know, next year, February 2026, whenever they have their conjunction at 0 degrees, is going to be like the final act of whatever occurs at this time. Okay, I'm channeling this. This is definitely like prophecy about that holy land and about Mount Zion. But I'm being told to get into the glyph of the day and the oracle of the day in Mayan time at this time. Okay, Spirit, so today is the white electric wizard. You can see the glyph of the day in the center of the oracle, and the tone is number 3, the electric tone of service. And this is all about how you empower yourself to be of service to the collective and to share your timelessness and your endlessness, your magic, your spells, your spelling with the world, with the collective, for the greatest and best good of all. Because all for one and one for all. We're being guided by the white mirror, which means I am another you in Lakesh. It means when you look upon me and you feel a certain way, that's actually what my energy brings up in you, your feelings that I invoke. And that can be really tricky. This is very Jungian psychology here. The helper today is the red serpent, which is your Kundalini life force, and it's your instincts. So it's whatever hit you might get from the splenic region. If you guys ever looked into your human design, your spleen is a very intuitive organ. And me myself, I'm a splenic projector. So I'm a very intuitive person who has the ability to utilize the mirror of reflection by purifying your vessel through your own will, your divine will, purifying your vessel so that the energy can flow freely. Okay. The challenge today is the yellow seed, which is all about your intentions and your targeting awareness. So it's where you place your awareness during the day and your intentions. So it's all about planting the seeds so that in the future you can see positive growth and positive change. And what you speak upon your seed, okay, it will grow. You will see a mirrored effect of the day in the future. The next yellow seed day is on day 13 of this wave spell. It's the yellow cosmic seed, and it's my Mayan birthday. Huzzah! And that's on July the 6th. So not very long from now. Yeah, we'll see what flowers then in the collective, okay? Because I've been working with this for about 6 months now. Ever since I took the Mind Time course from David and Bella QPW. That's a shout out. Love you guys. I'm going to put that link in the description below to the website so you guys can look into that yourselves. But I recommend taking the Mind Time course that they offer because it's helped me restructure my life around energy and how it plays in the 3D and how you can play in the 3D. Working with your mind glyph and working with how the ancients understood time and how it flowed through the cosmos, because we are part of the cosmos, as above and so below. We are not exempt from universal law. So when you say, I accept universal law as my own governing law, that's when you take responsibility. I'm getting full body chills. That's when you take responsibility for yourself and responsibility for your energy. And there's nothing more beautiful than that. There's nothing more important than what a person can do for the collective than by taking full responsibility for themselves in this life. Okay? And once you do all of those things, then you unlock the occult glyph of the day, which is the blue hand. And that is about healing and about providing healing for others, because when you heal yourself, you become the vessel that heals other people just by your presence alone, just by your awareness and your presence alone, okay? It's the Kundalini energy that ripples out. It's an angelic type of energy. And when you embody this angelic earth seed energy, you have, I feel like a broken record, but yes, then you have the ability to show up for other people in a way that is very meaningful, and precious. Precious. Okay, let's get into it. Holy Spirit, please allow me to just speak truths. Speaking truths in accordance with divine will, divine law, divine beauty, all of the virtues of the gods come through now. What is the message today for the collective? First card is Sehiki. Mind, body, and soul connection. It's Reiki. This one, Virgo. And this one, no. Okay, top one, Mercury. Sehiki, Virgo, and Mercury. I think that Mercury stations retrograde in Leo. So I'm being told that, you know, Mercury in Virgo is very important at this time. Like if that's in your natal chart, this is going to be super important for you after Mercury stations direct and moves into Virgo. For Mercury's the mind, for mind, body, soul connection. So whatever lessons we're going to be learning during this next Mercury retrograde is going to be super important for your body. Divine grace through Chesed. And Taurus, Isis and Nana, Venusian. Venus is going to be in Gemini soon. Sagittarius. So we have some mutable energy here out on the table. Interesting combination here. We have a lot of astrology. Scorpio. We have the Scorpio-Taurus axis, fixed signs. This is a super interesting card reading so far. I'm excited to translate. Let's get two more, please, Spirit. This one and that one, Asunda and Infinity. Wow, okay. What's on the bottom? Dicomio. Great shining light. Reiki. Divine mercy of the Mother. Divine mercy of Mother Earth. Divine mercy of Isis and Sagittarius, the Centaur. Freedom, Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter, Zeus, the Father. Scorpio. It's Mars and Pluto. It's the dark waters of the below. Infinity. The unending cycle, you know, infinity on its side is the number 8. Which is also, you know, 8th house themes. So that's cycles of repetition. It's other people's energy, I'm being told, you know. It's how we take on other people's energy through emotion and what we choose to do with that. Asunda is that, I see it as an umbilical cord. It can also be like a telephone line. So it's your connection to other things. It's your connection to the infinite nature of these realms of the below, and also with Sagittarius. It's galactic information coming in, because the galactic center is in Sagittarius. I'm being told to pull some more cards at this time. I'm going to go ahead and get Mary L out here. Yeah, Virgo, Vestal Virgin. I have to cover up this whole flipping card. It's the Minotaur, the Ace of Discs, entering the labyrinth on Sahiki, the labyrinth of this endlessness that we've been participating in. You know, it's the cycle of samsara. It's the wheel of time. It churns and turns, and how the body of Virgo has been trapped here. It's the mythology of Astraea, and how Astraea was the last goddess to leave planet Earth when all the other gods and goddesses fled during the beginning of this last age, the 7th age of man. And how the goddess descended into the lower realms. You know, they say that she left, but I don't think that she ever did. And that's something that I channeled a long time ago, was that the mythology goes that she was the last goddess, Astraea, to leave the planet after all of the other gods and goddesses had fled. But I don't think she was able to leave. So instead she went into hiding, and she went into hiding in the lower astral realms to escape man. And in doing so, you know, that's the story of Venus and Anna, when she went down into the lower realms seeking grace from her sister. What was her sister's name? It'll come to me, and if not, I'll just put it in the description below. But her friend Mercury went and got help for her. You know, he went and sought counsel from the higher gods, and they did hear him. Because she said, if I don't come back, and go get help, and he went and got help. He went through the galactic center to where the other gods were, to where these alien collectives were, okay? Is this the message of the descent? I mean, we already kind of saw how the descent went. Now we're rising again, right? So, it's just interesting. It's interesting. You know, Scorpio also, they have that deadly sting. Perhaps this is the poison-tipped arrow that hit Ophiuchus, that hit Chiron. Pardon me. Hit Chiron. Anywho. Knight of Swords. It's very zealous energy. very excitable energy, you know. It's this knight riding on the owl of wisdom, Athena. Page of Wands. Marielle, Joan of Arc. Being on a mission, standing up for what you believe in, riding like a knight. Riding like a knight on a mission. A mission through the labyrinth of time. The labyrinth of mystery of the age of Pisces. Bottom. We have the star. On Chesed. Divine mercy. The star of divine mercy. Jema. Five of Cups. Water purification. Sleipnir. Sleipnir? Sleipnir. Six-legged unicorn. There's an egg. Egg is cracked. What's coming out of the egg is water. There's water pouring from this well. The star here to provide the celestial water to heal. Drinking from the waters. River Tiber might be important. Two of discs. As within, so without. Gold and silver. And here's the last three. Six of Cups. Archangel Uriel. Rising from the below. It's so cool. Check it out. Rising from the darkest waters of the below comes Archangel Uriel. Oops. Yeah, these cards are thinner than these cards. Then we have the Five of Swords, which is, again, Athena with her owls. There's a lot of owls out here, the Knight of Swords, and then we have Athena here. And wait, in the book, this represents Eve. It represents Eve birthing a new child. It doesn't have to be literal, but she also has the fire of the tongue of the Holy Spirit there on her chest. And then we have Seven of Swords. Okay, Prometheus energy. Okay, Prometheus, Raven stealing the sun. Raven stealing the fire, giving it to humanity for all to be enjoyed. For we are all precious gems. Yeah. This is wild. And it's like I'm getting that this is the original bloodline that we are praying for, is the original bloodline of the chosen ones from Israel. And this is going to be super controversial, but I got in a channeling that the people who are in like more high-ranking official seats who are advocating for war and, you know, look up Psalm 137 and you'll see what I mean. But whenever I was doing my research about Babylonian rule, I realized that those who are in Israel right now are playing out that Babylonian rule where they exiled the original Israelites and put them through hell. And we're watching it happen right now. So it's like, who is the true chosen people of Yahweh? And if it is those who are living in Israel right now, is it only because they have control over Mount Zion? If you control the mountain, if you worship that mountain, does that count as worshiping an idol? I believe that it does, because that idol is up on that pedestal. If mountains are just trees that have been topped, what sits on top of that mountain? What is it? It could be a gigantic black dragon, for all we know. But that's the channeled message that I got this morning. And I also think that that's why this message has been so jumbled up, because it really didn't want to come out. But it needs to come out, okay? It's 31:45 into the video, and I'll make sure that I put that in the tag below. 31:45, 9, 10, 13. Wow. Love these cards. It's not time for you yet, my friends, but I am going to get some astrology out here. This is Black Moon Astrology Oracle. I like it for timing of events. I'm being brought back to present reality instead of being so spaced out, like on top of a mountain somewhere. Welcome back, Veronica. Welcome back to the room. We are grounding down and we are centering. Seki. Okay. 6th house, routine, more Virgo energy. This is coming out on top of mind, body, soul connection, Seki, and the Ace of Discs. Virgo on Virgo. This is like hardcore Virgo energy here. So high octave Virgo is somebody who's very generous. They're very intelligent and also, what's that word? I almost said anthroposophical, but that's Rudolf Steiner stuff with anthroposophy, which is also very fascinating. I wonder what star sign Steiner was. But that's the type of energy that's really coming through right now, is this like, what's that word? Where somebody is very generous and like worldly minded about things like that, because it is taking into account all of the little details and how all of the details add up to the grander picture, right? So this is a Knight of Swords who is very analytical. And okay, so this is somebody who I'm channeling, somebody's energy within this collective of the 144. This is kind of like their mission to deliver these messages. Capricorn, I use Page of Wands, the divine mission from the Holy Spirit to deliver messages. Mercury. Uranus, genius, on top of the star, and Chesed, divine mercy of the star of divine mercy, meeting with genius, meeting with a genius. This is the meeting of two peoples. This is the meeting of you and your divine counterpart. Sagittarius again. Okay, so Sagittarius is also about traveling. It's about, you know, long distance travel. So this person could be on the other side of the country. They could be in a different country. On top of Taurus and Five of Cups. So this is a connection that is very healing. And it's going to heal Mother Earth. It's going to heal Taurus, Venus, and Nana. Okay, and Five of Cups is about purification. I see purification of Venus and Nana. Jupiter, abundance. On the Two of Discs in Sagittarius. Yeah, world bridging energy. Wow, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So I've been channeling this same counterpart for like every flippin' day. Okay, North Node. It's your life's purpose. Six of Cups, Scorpio, and North Node. You might have a North Node in Scorpio. North Node in Scorpio. That's like 1994 or something like that. Six of Cups. Solar eclipse, revolution, and 11th house, friends. We just had North Node in Scorpio not too many years ago. So this could be something that started a few years ago when you stepped into your life's purpose and stepped into this path and realized that there was something more for you out there. You know, you could have stepped away from relationships. This could also be something that's coming through that, like, you stepped into the beginning of your life's purpose, which is leading you to this revolutionary energy, Five of Swords energy. So whatever started back then, you knew that you would be birthing, okay, around now. Around now, okay? And you're going to be meeting them at some point, you know, Seven of Swords. It's going to be a connection of the light where you both are on the same, you both have the same life purpose. And life purpose is to become that revolution. And that's something that I've been saying is evolution is the revolution. So if you find yourself, you are working on your routine, you're working, because this is heavy Virgo energy, like, and the South Node right now is in Virgo. Whoa. Yeah. So South Node in Virgo, North Node in, like, with Scorpio energy, which is big on transformation and transforming your body. Like, check it out. It's the flower of life, and then this, the human, the perfect human. You're getting back to your perfect human design. If you know your human design, put it in the comments below. Be interested to see who else is out there that you know, is aware of that. I just looked mine up again for the first time in a long time yesterday. And I'm no professional when it comes to human design, but it is very interesting. Why am I pulling more cards? Intuition told me to do it. This is why. Faith and destiny. Yeah, so just have faith that you're on the right track. This reading, this is a confirmation that this reading is for you. If you decided to come to my channel, because I don't get many views these days. I'm on this shadow ban right now. So this is your invitation to like the video and subscribe to my channel and comment below, because it's your destiny to do that. Yeah, man. Amazing. You know, Jupiter is 9th house, Sagittarius is 9th house, and I believe that we have some yod formations coming up in the astrology. Finger of God. Crowd surfing. I've been seeing this as the Star of the Magi lately. It's another message that I channeled this morning during my research was, for some reason, the Star of the Magi came through. So we are being guided by this heavenly star, Star of the Magi, future. Balancing with the present. Future balanced with the present. Crowd surfing. Yeah, maybe you feel like you are the only person in a crowd who's like you. That's pretty common among these, you know, people like you and me. Us star-seeded beings. Us star-seed royalty. At the root, present, crown chakra, and root chakra. So from the top to the bottom. This is a really cool energy. I love this deck. This is the Empathic Oracle. So yeah, you are incredibly special. And you know that you, in the future, you know, you have this energy that's here to balance out the present by accessing these future timelines where you have that crown on. You know, that means you have to start acting like you have the crown on now. And surrender. Surrender. Light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, it's not far away. Hold fast. If you're fasting for if you're fasting for the Apostles' fast, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. The sun, El Sol, on a pedestal. Okay, pedestals usually comes in about idolicizing. So that's a warning to make sure that you are staying in flow and you're not being dogmatic about expecting like one specific outcome. Because when you put your outcome on the pedestal, you're idolicizing an ideal. You don't want to do that. You want to surrender to, you know, to the flow of the crowd. You know, if I'm just like picturing this person on a surfboard and actually surfing. And by doing that, you know, connecting with the water, connecting with the flow, but still also commanding your body, commanding your vessel throughout the flow. So it's not that you're giving into the crowd, it's that you're able to navigate through it effectively because you are that you are. You have embodied the I amness of your energy, and you have stepped into your North Node, your divine purpose. You have eliminated, or rather, you have integrated and balanced out your present self and your future self. Your future self where you are crowned victorious. So maintain that energy, because what are we fighting for? We're fighting for the salvation of humanity. And how do we do that at an individual level? We go with the flow. But we also access these realms of the invisible, these realms of the faith. You keep the faith. And you, High Priestess coming out. High Priestess. Bottom card. Six of Wands. This is like a victory parade. So it's like Queen Sophia, High Priestess, Death. Yeah, we've won. It's the energy of the future where we have won. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. This is like fighting for your values. Warriors of, New Earth have different values than the warriors of the Old Earth. The Old Earth that we are still participating in, okay? Page of Wands. Wands are fire. So this is like immature fire type of energy, immature action. Yeah. So this is like a sneak peek on the future energy for sure, because the Page of Wands is telling me that, oh, that one just flipped over. The Sun. Whoosh. Sun. Okay, and there's too many cards here. There's too many cards here. Star again. Wow. The Sun and the Star. The Sun at the root with Jupiter. Sagittarius. Two of Discs. The Star, Surrender. North Node, Six of Cups, Scorpio. Surrendering to your star energy. Surrendering to the now. Surrendering to the present. So when you surrender in the present, you allow the sun to come in and warm your feet, warm the roots. Knight of Swords. Okay. Don't we already have that? Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords out here twice as well. Yeah. Riding off into battle. This is, the charging. This is like the whoop of charging into battle. You ever watch the movie Braveheart? And Mel Gibson is given that like Braveheart speech, and he's like, he fires everybody up, and he's rallying the troops, getting ready to go out there and, and do the damn thing, lead the revolution to save time. Jeez. This is like a harrowing tale. Spirit's painting for me. Oh, the Fool. Yeah. And it's just about to begin. Yeah, just about to begin. So I am going to leave it here. I'm gonna let you guys put together thoughts from your imagination. Just one more, just one more, just one more. Yeah. I want to get this new deck out. Oh, and you know what? I did receive another deck from my friend Grace. It was the Kali Oracle. I think that Kali is some energy that we really could benefit from right now. So let me get one of these cards for an affirmation, and then I'm going to get a Kali out here. Kali Ma. Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and that the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Jai Ma. Yeah, have the faith. Keep your prayers going, prayer warriors. I know you're out there. And that's the invisible power that link us all together. Check out the art on the back of this deck. It's the flower of life. It's beautiful. I love it. On the bottom we have faith. Yeah, that's it. Gotta have your faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. It's keeping your vibe high. It's understanding that you are a direct connection to the divine because you are divine. You are the divine source, period. You are the divine source. What you think, speak, do has that ripple effect. It's David and Goliath, literally. Literally. It's performing miracles in the smallest of actions. Miracles that will be, that the tales will be sung for ages. I think that's why I was like, oh, this is such a harrowing tale. It's because this is like, okay, we have number 19. Bhuvaneswari. I'm going to look her up because I'm still learning this deck. Bhuvaneswari. Our cosmic mother is the light bringer, the sun and moon, the light of renewal and healing. She is the divine voice, the sound of creation, the sublime note that births a golden era. Hers is the capacity to create a clean slate and a fresh start. She is hope, and she is a rising. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. She shines in a perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, reigniting our creative fires and attracting to us the most supportive and honoring circumstances. Her presence signifies utmost grace. Beautiful Bhuvaneswari, fourth of the Mahavidya wisdom goddesses, is colored like the rising sun with the crescent moon at her brow. She's the goddess of abundance, Jupiter. Oh, sorry. She's the goddess of abundance. And the kind priestess that provides the pathway to healing and fulfillment. She's the quality of preservation and sustaining nourishment. When we have fought hard to accomplish something worthwhile and honoring of the soul, she provides the means to protect it so it may endure. That's beautiful. That's like divine mother energy. Shout out to all the divine mothers out there. I see you, girls. This may relate to a state of being, a project with heart, or a relationship karmically destined to unite and empower certain souls for the spiritual benefit of the collective. That's what I've been channeling about this like divine union coming in. Okay. Her presence particularly relates to the divine beautification of the physical world, the bringing of heaven to earth. The name Bhuvaneswari means sovereign queen of the world, from Bhuvana, which means the earth, our world, and Isvari, which means female ruler. There is a situation in your physical life that has ugliness and discord at its heart. The appearance of Bhuvaneswari signifies that it shall be healed and realigned through her grace. Believe in the beautiful possibilities of what you are yet to experience rather than placing your faith in what you have experienced thus far. Her presence in a reading signifies harmony and beauty awakening in your world in a very tangible way. As the creatrix of the forms of all the worlds, including world of our bodies, she holds special power to work on the physical level to bring healing to our bodies and material life circumstances. All right, y'all. Well, that's literally what I've been talking about this whole time. And so, embodying this goddess, do we come to provide beautification of the body, as within, so without. And as you beautify yourself on the inside, as you purify your vessel on the inside, the universe will do its quantum entanglement thing and just do it on the outside. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be like physically doing it yourself, because and when you're doing the work inside, then you're going to be doing the work on the outside. Or at least you'll be able to delegate to people around you, because they'll understand. They'll just know that in your presence it must be beautiful, so they will just do it. Nothing needs to even be said, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to first get there. And that's exactly what we got with light at the end of the tunnel. But you still need to surrender. You still need to act like the future is happening now. And that's where we come in now with Bhuvaneswari, with balancing these two worlds in the present, in the now, and being able to crowd surf and slip in between these liminal spaces. That is so cool. It's so cool. I'm having a hard time describing the vision that she's giving me, but it's literally multiple dimensions, endless, countless mirror dimensions, but it's made out of water and earth, and being able to go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, in an evasive formation, in order to get the best timeline out of every moment, and then live it in the now, the one where we're all present, the one on the three-dimensional planes. That is so cool. It's super trippy. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it here. I think that this is a good end point, but this High Priestess energy with Bhuvaneswari coming in with the star out here twice, with the sun out here twice, with the Knight of Swords out here twice, with Sagittarius out here twice, tying it up with Jupiter, having lots of faith. Faith came out twice, The number 2, two become one, combining the 2 with the 1. I'm excited. You guys should be too. You guys definitely get excited about this, because it's not far away, What is 8 months? That's it. 8 months. 8 months. Maybe even 9 months. A gestational cycle. Okay. Beautiful people, I love you. Definitely click the like button. Share this with your friends if you resonate. And I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and one more thing. If you're interested in a personal reading, a BQH session, which is like a hypnotherapy session where we focus on retrieving any past life memories, or doing any past life soul fragmentation retrieval, connecting with your angelic guides, your ancestors, whatever your intention for the session may be, that would be, go to my Buy Me a Coffee and book a BQH session with me through the store. I look forward to hearing from you. Om Namah Shivaya. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.